Oh, I already did.
So you can do it again. You can't have enough.
And your name?
Ashley.
Ashley, is this your first Hempfest, or have you been here before?
Yes, I've been here. It's my first time volunteering.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick here with you, and hopefully somebody will donate to the can.
Hopefully.
All right, Ashley.
You guys want to donate for Hempfest? We did.
We already did already. We got lots of money.
Now we gotta donate. You gotta support. Well, how can you have this without the support?
Heck
Awesome.
yeah!
You guys have a good one.
Thanks, man.
You too.
Right on, brother. See, how's that?
Yeah, no.
Good.
All right.
Donations?
Tomorrow's my birthday. What cooler present than to play in front of all you guys? We're all three responsible pot smokers. We love weed. First thing we do, we get off work, throw in some Futurama and roast up a bowl, man. So, Zaus knows what I'm talking about. This next song is off our old record, which we're selling our old record with our new EP for just $5 to just a steal. Come see us afterwards. It's called Turn Me On, and it's about, or I'm dedicating it to this girl right here, the most beautiful girl I've ever met in my life. She turns me on.
If you're a college student, by all means, we are going to be hopefully running initiatives on 20 to 30 campuses this coming spring. We encourage people to sign up with us. We will keep you posted on what's happening. We'll get in touch, find out what you're interested in doing in your own community, because that's definitely where the things really change. I've been fortunate enough to have some opportunities to work in local government settings, and while I definitely would never want to do it for a living, I did get the chance to work in a city council office for a couple of years. I worked in a state legislature for a session, and what I realized doing that, being the peon that answers all the calls and the emails and so on, is that someone does answer all the calls and all the emails, and someone does relay that stuff on to the representatives, regardless of what level of government you're at, whether it's a city, state, or federal. When you call legislators and you tell them what you think, it really does carry a lot of weight. And we encourage people like yourselves to do that, even if you don't live in Colorado, to, when you see news about it, when you get an alert saying, this city councilman is opposed, send that city councilman an email and know that doing a little bit is not a little bit, it's a lot, because everyone needs to do a little bit in order to get things done. So we started out last year just with the idea that pitching this notion that marijuana is a safer drug than alcohol could potentially spark something in the people in Colorado. We were hoping it might catch on. Maybe people will start to talk about this. It'll break through. The press will be interested, and so on. And we couldn't have been more right on that, and that it exploded in Colorado. We went to the University of Colorado Boulder and Colorado State, where we introduced student referendums, which are non-binding, very simple language, just simply saying the students do not think the university penalties for marijuana should be any greater than the penalties for alcohol. Because in essence, when you're telling a student they're going to get in more trouble for using marijuana than for drinking, you're telling them that they should be drinking instead of using marijuana. Well, anyone who's been to college or anyone who knows anyone in college knows that there are lots of drinking problems associated with college alcohol use. Whether it's sexual assault or fighting or property damage, these are all serious problems. In fact, in Colorado, we've seen rioting occur. We've seen all these issues that clearly would not have resulted had every one of those people drinking been using marijuana instead. So we went out there and we organized students on those two campuses, and we passed these referendums, and more or less the purpose was not to change the school's policies, but to send a message. Despite the successes we've had at the policy level, whether it's on campus or in the city or possibly even here in the state, is more so to change the people rather than the laws. Because we believe that instead of trying to go around and convince people that the laws are wrong and they should vote against them, we simply need to go around and teach people about marijuana. Because if people know what marijuana is, and they know that it's less harmful than many of the substances we can get legally, there's really no reason why they would choose to vote against it. So we have devoted our time and our efforts to simply raising attention to this issue, and that's why every time we get news coverage, we're very sure to stay on message that marijuana is safer than alcohol and so on, because we feel that regardless of whether we win or lose at the polls, we need people to be hearing these messages. And I definitely, a lot of people have the feeling of I can't get any, I can't do anything, my vote doesn't count and so on, and that couldn't be further from the truth, because for the same reason that we don't think winning is as important as getting our message out, you shouldn't think that winning is as important as getting your message out. The quicker way to change is to talk about it and to make sure people start to hear about it and to start spreading the word about it, rather than just saying it's all or nothing. We have to win or it's nothing. And that's what we're doing. We're simply using the initiative process, we're using the referendum process to get ourselves a platform. I mean, if I show up at the state capitol on Monday saying I want to talk to the legislature about pot, I'm going to get laughed out of the room. But when I show up and I say, well, people are going to be voting on it, everyone has to listen, and that's the point here. So I encourage you all to make this an issue with your friends and family, and talk to people, and not rely solely on voting as your source for changing marijuana policy in this country.
Basically, started in 1970, fighting against this war on pot. We've got Hempfest, founded in 1991, a little gathering of stoners up in Volunteer Park. We have medical marijuana law passing in Washington State in 1998. We've got Initiative 75, making marijuana possession the city's lowest law enforcement priority for the city of Seattle. That passed in 2003. And while we've come a long way, thank you, applause. While we've come a long way, there's a long way to go still. We've got people getting locked up and having their lives ruined. We have law enforcement resources being sucked up left and right. We've got our jails full of pot smokers and people who shouldn't be there. But we know that we need those spaces opened up for violent criminals, dangerous. I mean, how many murders and rapes go unsolved every single year? We need our law enforcement resources to deal with real crime, not with locking up pot smokers. We've got a long way to go. This might be on a federal level, it might be on a state level. There's a number of different ideas, and this panel is here to address the future strategies. We're going to start with the macro. We're going to look to what's going on up in Canada from the British Columbia, or BC, Marijuana Party. We're going to start off with Kirk Tusaw.
Hi everybody, I'm Kirk Tusaw. I'm General Counsel to the BC Marijuana Party. I'm a criminal attorney in Vancouver. I've also practiced criminal law in the United States. I want to start out by talking about why it's important to Americans what's going on in Canada. And I think the reason is twofold. One is that Canada represents an opportunity for a country on this continent to say to the United States, we're not interested in allowing you to export your bad policies and your bad laws to our country. We're interested in making our own rules and stay out of our business. I think it represents a very important opportunity, and that's illustrated by the ongoing extradition battle to keep Mark Emery, the publisher of Cannabis Culture magazine, from being extradited to the United States for allegedly selling marijuana seeds.